Welcome everybody to the third game in the series of Mine versus Shuttle. We have the third game on Gladiator, which is a 4-player map where your main is on a low ground and your natural is on a high ground. Usually players want to take an expansion early on this map due to their main being on that low ground. I think this map is slightly Protoss favored, but I'm not sure. Either way, this is a very important game for both players. If you do get this seed, if you win this tournament, you get seeded in the round of 8, I think, in ASL6. If you lose this, one of the 3 players are going to lose, and they are going to have to try to qualify like everyone else through the qualifiers, and then going into the round of 24, and then continuing from there on. So this is a very nice shortcut if you manage to win. A lot is on stake for both these players. This match might actually be the deciding one, since Flash is just probably gonna win both games. And they know that too. Neither Mind or Shuttle are going for any crazy early expansions. Both players opening with a barracks and a gateway, followed up with gas. And Mind is sending out his SCV here rather early. While Protoss is probably going to scan with his Dragoon or with a probe in a while. There's a lot of shenanigans Protoss players can pull off, especially on this map. A lot of proxies are good. You can apply a lot of pressure on the Terran. For example, let's say Shuttle goes for 10-15 gate here, cuts probes and makes a lot of Dragoons. Might want to know that information, because if he gets trapped inside his main base, it's going to be very hard, since he has to go up towards a ramp. Unfortunately, Mind is going to scout Shuttle at last here, and Shuttle might be able to deny the SCV from Mind, and that is very annoying for the Terran, because you kind of have to defend against everything. If you don't get a scout off on a Protoss player, or on a Terran player rather, there's not much a Terran player can do. They can expand, or they can go 2 factory, and 2 factory is very rare. What is that probe doing? Ouch. I guess he didn't see the Marines, they were on high ground, I guess. Ooh, looks like the SCV is going to be able to scout Shuttle's base here. And he sees the Dragoon, so he gets the bunker, and he gets the CC, and he's going to see the main of Shuttle. That SCV is already an MVP in this game. And Mine gets to scout all the pylons. Oh, that Zealot gets glitched on the racks, but it actually gets past, still with 100 health. I think that's a tank on the way, but there's probably some time left. The Zealot might be able to get an SCV or 2. Ooh, 1 SCV down already. That's good. Second one gets away, and that is a Vulture. Well done from Mind here, so that Zealot is going to fall quick. Next is going down slightly after the CC. But Mind can be very comfortable now. He knows there is no DT tech, there was no Robotech. They might be on the way now, but it's going to be a while until Shuttle can apply pressure with some sort of tech here. Except for Dragoon range, that is. Very nice spread of Dragoons here, catching that Vulture. Nice awareness of Shuttle. And the tank is out, which is going to defend against the range Dragoons pretty well. And the Vulture gets away too, puts a few mines here. Let's see if the goons go up that ramp. Oh, pull them up the ramp. Oh, they don't. Unfortunate. Second gateway and robotics facility down for Shuttle. Standard follow-up, probably a third gate. Nope, not yet. Means he might go into Reavers, opting not to get excuse me, get the third gate. We saw who was it, Snow, play against Flash on this map, and Snow went for a lot of Reavers with speed shuttles and did similar to what Shuttle did on in game 1 on Fighting Spirit. Just dropped Zealots and Reavers everywhere, and it's very powerful. And it's kind of a new meta. Like back in the days, you never saw this strategy really. Today it is quite normal to get the speed, multiple speed shuttles that is, and delay other tech routes. So far only an observer facility, so looks like Shuttle might be expanding with that probe going to the southwest. 2 gate going into third Nexus is a bit risky. I don't know if Mind is aware about this, but he went for 2 factories himself and he's pushing, and this is going to be extremely hard for Shuttle to defend. He's killed off 1 tank, but those Dragoons are low on HP. Gets a second tank, so I guess it was very nice. They actually survived. Great micro from Shuttle. And Mind is forced to retreat, sending his Vultures to Shuttle's main, but Shuttle has blocked that off and has Dragoons waiting. Wow, Shuttle did a lot with little there. Using the high ground advantage, very nice. Mind's coming down, but Dragoons, oh, he's gonna get hit. Ouch. Vulture's not going in though. So Shuttle still defends that very well. The annoying part there is if the Vultures get in and kill your goons, losing 1 goon is not that big of a deal. Vultures roaming around putting down mines as expected. Going to try to go to that third, but Shuttle has very nice placement for Dragoons once again. The Vultures haven't been able to do much this game, even though Mine has tried quite a bit. Ooh, third base and Stargate on only 3 gateways. I mean, sure, we're cross positions, but it's still pretty greedy. It is nice though, because earlier he went very aggressive. Oh, the first game he went very aggressive with shuttles and delayed tech, but now rather he's getting his tech quite a bit earlier and tending not even to get the Reaver. So playing more Bisu-like, old school, safer, more greedy. Looks like Shuttle is interested in taking that 4th base as well. Mind setting up to take his 3rd base, and keeping your 3rd base on this map as a Terran against Protoss is very hard. And wow, Mind is going for an early 4th base. I guess that location is pretty easy to defend. There's a small ramp, but defending your 3rd base there, it's so wide open for flanks. A Protoss army can come in and flank you at a 180 degree from high grounds. Very tricky to defend. We see a lot of games lost from Terran due to Protoss pushing that 3rd base and succeeding, killing off all the tanks. Once again, Shuttle is going for carriers. Shuttle Mind does get it earlier this time though, but he's on 2 factories on 4 command centers, so there's no way Mind can push. But I think he's happy to wait for 2-1 upgrades and push just like he did in the last game. The only difference here is he might be on 1 more base and that important 50% more gas income. Mine should have +1 with 2-1 on the way, but I'm just guessing. 2 more factories coming down, a lot of factories going down now, once Shuttle has got up his command centers. I mean, Mine rather. Mine's still roaming around with vultures, seeing if he can do it, get anything done. And the vultures definitely win this fight. Goons have to get back. Ah, this is where it gets annoying for Protoss. Well, not too many vultures get in actually, but 2 vultures are too many really. Oh, that's not blocked. Does actually get a handful of probes. It's not the biggest deal because we're quite late in the game, but it's still a few percentage of Shuttle's income removed. I'd like to see how much, if Mind has any upgrades and how many armories he has. It sounded like a mine went off, but I don't think any more pros were killed. Few cannons going down just to defend against those vultures. I'm surprised Shuttle hasn't taken a 4th base yet, considering Mind did it 2 minutes ago. I just get the feeling that Mind is a lot stronger when it comes to a late macro game. I mean, sure, Shuttle won game 1 very beautifully, but it was on 3 bases. Semi all-in. Shuttle is 30 supply ahead though, which is a lot more ahead than it was last game. Last game they were equal on supply at this point in time. Mind sending out a few more vultures again to lay mines and try to find probes. And now finally Shuttle goes for his 4th Nexus. I mean, they both were on Shuttle. That 4th base doesn't have a gas, so it's not as important, but minerals are quite important as well, especially when going carriers and getting those interceptors with those speed zealots. So I want to say that Mind is in a good position this game too. I think it's closer than last game, but I would give the edge to Mind. Shuttle is moving out, so vultures are counter-attacking. Nice move from Mind, but even better placed dragoons from Shuttle. Ooh, retreat, he does get a probe. And he, okay, decides to cancel that cannon. Alright, yeah, we got 2 factories going, and 2-1 soon, 1-0 at the moment. The 2-1 should be done soon, and we should see a push from Mind. The 2-1 push famously became famous thanks to Flash in about, I would like to say, 8 years ago or something. It was very interesting when the 2-1 push became famous. Protoss players melted. That was the rise of Flash, when he went from nothing to rank 1 in about a year or something. Crazy. All thanks to that build. Carriers do well against it today, I would say, but when the 2-1 push was new, carriers did not do too well, but Protoss players have adapted. And 6 carriers are out, but Mind is very close to max now. 2-1 is just seconds away from being done. Shuttle going for that 5th base. And so is Mind, yes. And a 6th base. This is what you can do against carriers as Terran. You can expand everywhere and hope that the Protoss player doesn't find them. And carriers are very slow. Protoss can send a few zealots to the expansions though, but then they can lift off and wait for vultures. It looks like Shuttle is gonna push in here to the Terran's third base. Ooh, I don't like this for Shuttle, but we'll see how this goes. He already loses the Shuttle. Both players are on low ground. Kinda. The Zealots get the better end of the high ground there. And once again, this is a pretty close fight, but a lot of Dragoons are still alive. The Shuttle has 2k minerals, remaxing. Looks like Mind is going to hold this pretty convincingly though. It might actually surround the Protoss army. That would be bad. Ooh, Dragoons are melting. But so are the Goliaths, I guess, only 4 remaining. More carriers than Goliaths at the moment. I guess the interceptor count was low. Shuttle decides to retreat. But this is starting to look, I would like to say, slightly better for Shuttle. But it's still a very close game. But those, I don't think a single carrier went down, and that is slightly problematic because I think we have 8 carriers, 7 or 8, and maybe 10-15 Goliaths. Mine definitely needs more anti-air.
답답하다고 해야 될까요? 그런 기분이 좀 드는 것 같아요. 김민중 선수가 계속 정면 공격을 하는 데에만 캐리어가 동원이
Kills off the observer, but does lose a few Goliaths in the trade, and a Zealot is sent down here, making this CC completely useless. Luckily enough, he can lift it up though, but the 5th base won't be able to lift up because carriers or interceptors can shoot air units as well. Few vultures, lane mines again, not going to be able to do very much, and Mine decides it's too late to defend those expansions. I have to counter push and try to reduce Mine's economy as well. Is Shuttle going to defend his expansion, or is he going to attack Mine? Looks like he wants to attack. But that minefield is deadly. Don't walk your goons into that. Oh, thank you. Sends in the Zealots instead. And Mine actually retreats. And Shuttle sees Mine retreating, so Shuttle retreats. Mine sees Shuttle retreating, so Mine goes back to attack. And it looks like Shuttle is forced to come home. But that expansion is dead. The probes are dead anyways. And Mine has an expansion in the upper right. Ooh, Shuttle gets the high ground, but he's going to back off here. Oh, that's a lot of carriers. That's a lot of Protoss. Ouch, not the best trade for Mind. He does get a carrier though. So Shuttle down to 5 carriers, and he loses his 5th base. So both players are mining on 4 bases. Mine doesn't have any SCVs in the upper right yet. And he's going to float that CC to his 5th instead, so it's easy to defend. Shuttle's still making carriers. Of course, why would you stop really? He has +2 attack on them as well. I think Terran has 3-2 attack, so he's slightly ahead, which he should be. No surprise there. Mine has quite the force again here, a lot of Goliaths and tanks. Is he going to get the high ground here? No, it looks like both players, once again, barely missing out on the high ground. Ooh, Mind actually holds that pretty well, and he manages to get the high ground, and now the Dragoons have to back off. trying to hunt down the carriers, but they will survive. So will most of the Dragoons. The upper right has been found by Shuttle as well. Sending SCVs to the 5 o'clock though. And Shuttle is retaking his 5th base as well, reinforcing with more zealots. Oh, Shuttle, I think Shuttle might have an opportunity to kill the Mind with that zealot reinforcement, and Mind is just trying to retreat, but losing so many tanks. And a zealot is down here. Ooh, this might spell the end for Mind here. I think the player who loses this game has to win against Flash. There might be some exceptions, but this is a very, very important game, and it's a very close game. 2 Goliaths coming here to try to kill off the Zealot. Watch as the Zealot kills off the Goliath. That looks like one tank actually fended that base off, but 6 carriers is going to finish it.
소수 유닛 견제로 인해서 피해를 본 상황에서 활성화가 안 되고 있어요. 그렇습니다. 6시 쪽 그 진로 탄기 견제가 너무 크게 다가오겠는데요. 네. 예, 자원이 3군데가 떨어져 버린 그런 상태라서 테란도 지금 배가 고픕니다. 네.
Shuttle is up now with 50 supply and quite a handful of carriers.
그다음에 이제 12시 쪽에서 프로브가 하나 이동을 해서 1시 지역 쪽을 미리 이제 넥서스를 확보를 할 수 있는 이런 공간까지
Terran's having a tough time against carriers lately. Guess it's the newer maps. I don't think Gladiators. I don't know if it's a new map. I think it's might be a year or 2, but it might be older too. But carriers have been very successful PvT lately, and Shuttle is gonna have the high ground here as well. Man, mine has not sieged up in very good locations in this game, and that's gonna be that. There are way too many Dragoons and way too few tanks here for mine to do anything. And Shuttle actually takes this best of 3. That's amazing. Well played. I think it's a best of 3. Let's check. Okay, if it's not a best of 3, you're going to see a 4th game. If it is a best of 3, we're going to jump into Flash against Mine. Okay, thank you guys for watching this best of 3. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I can't wait to watch Flash.